So here we are under the truck, and I'm going to drop this gas tank. Now you have two ways to get to the area of the fuel pump and the opening for the gas tank. You can either drop it, and I will do that because I do it here in the gravel driveway and I'm alone. Or if you have a bunch of friends, people say it's way easier to take off the bed, which is a great idea. Now look how close to the cabin, this is the cabin already, how close to the cabin the whole thing is. So if you just unbolt the bed and move it backwards, probably 1 foot only will be enough. Just slide it backwards, but will be enough to enter the gas tank. You don't have to remove it, you don't have to drop it, but it's heavy, and with my means I have to drop the tank. Now of course you make sure that the tank is as empty as possible. Before you start this operation, you ran it really low, because look how long it is. This is the front and it goes all the way to the back here. So that's a big thing to drop. So what I will do, I will remove this cross member, which is in the front of the cap. Then I will start releasing these. All of them are 15s, these are all 15s. And when I will be at the end, it will be still hanging. I will remove 2 fuel lines, feed and the return, 1 electrical connector, and then there is also, don't forget, the filling pipe and the vent pipe on the side of the tank. And then it will be down and we will continue. So the tank is outside finally. It took me a lot of time, I show you why. It was easy to remove the mounting brackets which are here, that was okay. Then it was also easy to unhook the electric connector. Boom, it just went off. It was also easy with the needle pliers undo this one. That's the orientation when the clips are there. So you just squeeze it like that and the tube just went off, slide off nicely. But it was almost impossible to get on this one, because there's no space from here to get on the bottom of the clip. There's no space from anywhere. So the top I had immediately, but I couldn't undo the bottom. It's a bad engineering, because if they put these clips, the hoses which slide on it were this way. It was so easy if it was like that. You just go from the top and it's out, but since it's there, it's difficult on this one to reach for underneath that clip here. Anyway, now we will finally remove, this is the last piece. This is the suction, this is a return electrical connectors, this is I believe rollover, and this is just closed part. This is finally we will remove this piece, and we will see how it looks inside, how we can modify it. How we will remove it? Well, you can have a special tool which will grab it, or you just keep the screwdriver and the hammer and keep tapping here, and then you can go here, and then you go here, and then you go here, and by very slow motion you remove that ring, of course counterclockwise rotation, and you are able to remove the module out. So let's do it right now. Here we go, the whole unit is out, and this is it. This is the moment I was waiting for, to see how it is connected all, and I couldn't find it anywhere online. So as we said, this is the feed, this is the return rollover valve, and this is plugged. The plugged one actually has a hose coming down on the outside, of the container so it can be used somehow. And now what we can see, this is our fuel gauge hookup for the level in the tank. So it has that two blue wires, and this is the tiny pump. It's basically the pump supplying all the fuel pressure, which wasn't enough. You can see down there the filter. You can see it's slightly dirty, so it's working correctly. It's not for some energy or something, it's just some kind of dirt inside. So basically this is the whole thing. We can see again, this is the return. It returns the fuel in this container. And this is the pump, this is the suction which goes up. These are the things which, when you install it, the whole thing goes down. As you can see, it's basically pushing the entire container on the very bottom of the gas tank all the time. So it's not in the air, but it sits on the very bottom. So I will take it apart, I will get rid of that pump, and I will figure out how to use this setup without drilling in the tank and installing all these straws, because once again this is the budget install, and I'm not concerned about drag racing or something. I don't want to increase the horsepower on the engine drastically. I just want to replace this pump, which is not strong enough, with the FASS, which is already mounted on the engine block. So I will show you later what I figured out and how it will be hooked up.